According to Feeding America, 50 million Americans live in food insecure homes. That includes 17 million children. Also, here in Texas, 5 million individuals also reside in food insecure homes. Right in Travis County, 40,000 children are confronted with hunger each and every day. My name is Matthew Benavides, and I'm going to be talking to you about Urban Roots, the nonprofit organization I've been volunteering at. Today I'll be discussing the history of Urban Roots, the benefits of volunteering in my personal experience, and also the reasons why you should volunteer instead of any other way you might spend your time. I do ask that you hold your questions to the end of the presentation. Now moving on to the history of Urban Roots. It was founded in 2007 as part of the Youth Launch Program, but in 2011 it became an individual nonprofit organization. And the mission of Urban Roots is to use sustainable agriculture to transform the lives of young people and increase access to healthy foods right here in Austin. According to their website, 30,000 pounds is their goal to harvest each and every year. According to Blake Hill, the farm coordinator of Urban Roots, last year they did harvest 40,000 pounds, so they surpassed their goal by 10,000 pounds of fresh produce. And they do this on a 3.5 acre farm. Also, they donate 40% of what they grow. So they donate to local food pantries and food banks here in Austin. The remaining 60% is sold at local farmers markets, but they don't keep the profit that they make off the sellings. They use it to fund the farm and keep it up and running, and they also help pay 24 youth interns which are hired each year. And those youth interns are ages 14 through 17. Now moving on to the volunteer opportunities and my experience with the organization. There's only one person on staff at the farm, and that's Blake Hill. So all the volunteers are really vital to keeping the farm up and running. Urban Roots does rely on volunteers heavily. It does rely on volunteers to volunteer, especially in the fall and spring, because children are in school, so they can't go during the day. And that's why there's volunteer opportunities every Tuesday and Thursday, around 9 a.m. through 12 p.m. or around 1, just depending on how the day's going. So, and during that time, you help plant crops, harvest the crops, and help in the process of sorting them and cleaning them for donation and for the farmers markets. And you just show up to the farm. You don't have to call them. You just show up there and you get to work, and they tell you what they want you to do for the day. When I volunteered, I had a really great time. I mean, I harvested beets, carrots, I cut lettuce and cleaned it, and it was really, I did get super dirty, but it was fun. Like, my shoes were soaked, but I met a lot of great people. I met some people that were actually from North Carolina, and they had been traveling across the country in a bus for the past 4.5 months, and they're just doing this out of their own pocket, and they're talking to young children at schools and just to increase their knowledge of proper nutrition. Also, that day, last Thursday, there was around 15 volunteers, and Blake Hill, the farm coordinator, he said that was the largest group he's had all year. So that just really shows the importance of the volunteers that are needed to keep the farm up and running, because 15 isn't a large number, and there's so much that needs to be done, and that's why they just need more volunteers. Also, during that time, we did harvest 580 pounds of fresh produce during those 3 hours. So that means that around 230 pounds were donated because of our work that day. So that number is what really made the whole experience real to me, because 230 pounds was donated because of the work we put in that day. The vision for the future of Urban Roots is to continue to inform the youth and about healthy eating and sustainable agriculture. Also, they want to set a higher bar for their harvested products and the amount they donate to the needy community. And now moving on to some of the benefits of volunteering and why you should volunteer. I don't know everyone's schedule. I know that we're all college students. You are busy with classes, homework. You might have work. You might not have any free time at all. But I do know that we all can spare a little free time. Instead of watching Netflix or taking a nap, just volunteer 3 hours a week. And even then, you don't have to volunteer every single week. It could be once a month. And those 3 hours could really help contribute a lot. Like I said, in the 3 hours I was there, we helped donate over 200 pounds of food. And if you don't like the experience, at the end of the day, you get to take home free vegetables. So it's you really don't lose in the situation. And I went over the history of urban roots, the benefits of volunteering, and also my personal volunteer experience and the opportunities to volunteer. I do look forward to seeing you at the farm. Like I said, it's every Tuesday and Thursday, and you just show up there and they'll gladly accept your time. If you have any questions, now will be the time to ask.